Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Here to talk all about Borderlands 4, the price point, and I know that maybe it is a cause to do backflips that Borderlands 4 is in fact $70 and not $80. However, I think there's still a lot to assess with the release of Borderlands 4, and that is why I am doing this video, and I really want to hear your guys' thoughts, because I have an opinion on it as far as the price point, the various additions that they do have, but I'm sure you guys have your own individual opinions on the game, and if you guys want to answer this question now, or you just want to wait until the end of this video after you hear my thoughts, I want to know, first of all, what is your history with the Borderlands franchise? Where do you think the series peaked? Are you still a big fan of it? And going into Borderlands 4, what is your excitement level? Is the fact you were a fan of Borderlands growing up, or, you know, Borderlands 1, 2, maybe you thought 3 was a little bit of a misfire, which is generally, I feel, the consensus opinion. Does that make you a little bit hesitant on Borderlands 4? Or do you think Borderlands 3 was a good game and you're still excited for Borderlands 4? Or do you think Borderlands 3 is a mulligan and you're still excited for Borderlands 4? I'm just really curious your guys' thoughts, because at least I would get a little bit of a decent sample size of an opinion. So, Borderlands 4 is $70. Now, shout out to our friends over at Green Man Gaming, you know, because they've got the game listed. You can use the code JUNE15, JUN15, and get the game for, what is that, $59.49, no tax either, and you'll get a Steam key on that. Look, that's one of the big benefits of PC gaming. You're getting these games that are perceived to be a little bit on the expensive side, a little bit cheaper, so I'll leave a link to that to our friends over there. But still, I think there's a lot to talk about. So, the base game is $70, the Deluxe Edition is $100, and the Super Deluxe Edition is $130. Now, let's be honest with ourselves. I get that inherently we want to bug out about the $130 price tag, and I'm going to in a second, but to be fair, Borderlands in the past has had DLC content. Maybe they wouldn't drop a $130 edition right off the rip, but if you look at Borderlands 2 and you look at all of the DLC that was released, and let's say you bought Borderlands 2 day one at $60, then you bought each individual DLC at their full price, you were probably spending north of $100. I forget exactly how many pieces of DLC Borderlands 3 had, or excuse me, Borderlands 2 had, but I bring that game up because that's generally received as the best Borderlands title, and Borderlands 1 had DLC. Now, Borderlands 3, they went a step above, and they had 2 season passes for that game, not 1, and I am really curious to know, does Borderlands 4's Super Deluxe Edition get you all of the post-launch content? Because nowhere do I read, is it getting you all of the post-launch content? Yeah, you'll get a lot of content, but I don't know, are they gonna do another season pass? Who knows? So let's break down each edition. The $70 edition will include the base game and the pre-order bonus of the Gilded Glory Pack. We'll break down all the bonuses in a second. The Deluxe Edition. The Deluxe Edition will feature a variety of bonus items. This edition includes the Bounty Pack bundle featuring 4 separate post-launch downloadable content packs, each with distinct areas, new missions, and unique bosses, 4 vault cards with unique challenges and rewards, new gear and weapons, 4 new vehicles and Vault Hunter cosmetics, and Firehawk's Fury weapon skin. Then the Super Deluxe Edition is $130. That'll include all bonus digital content from the Deluxe Edition. This edition also includes the Vault Hunter Pack, featuring 2 new story packs, each featuring a new Vault Hunter story and side missions, 2 new map regions, new gear and weapons, more Vault Hunter cosmetics, and new Echo 4 cosmetics. Additionally, it offers the Ornate Order Pack with 4 Vault Hunter skins, 4 Vault Hunter heads, and 4 Vault Hunter bodies. So, there's a lot of cosmetics baked into this. However, the fact that the Bounty Pack bundle and the Vault Hunter Pack, like, you read the contents of both of those, that's very relevant content. I would imagine that if you're interested in this game, ideally, you would like to have the contents of the Bounty Pack bundle. You would like to have the contents of the Vault Hunter Pack. The Vault Hunter Pack especially, 2 new story packs, each featuring a new Vault Hunter story and side mission. And the Bounty Pack bundle is notable as well. That's 4 separate post-launch downloadable contents, each with distinct areas, new missions, and unique bosses. That's a sizable amount of content, you guys, that is going to be locked away in the Super Deluxe Edition or the Deluxe Edition. So really, I see the optics of this being kind of bad. $130 if you really want all of the content, because again, that's a size that's not like meme content. Like, there's a lot of times the goal, like the Death Stranding 2 the deluxe edition. Yeah, you get the fake early access, but the additional content in that is memes. The Star Wars Jedi Survivor deluxe edition, like, these are just deluxe editions. I remember that. Yeah, they released them, but there was really no reason to buy them, and it was for people that just wanted to support the game and wanted to spend the extra for cosmetics and things of that nature. Assess what's in the Super Deluxe and Deluxe edition of these editions, and it's not like this is foreign to Borderlands, but Super Deluxe being $130, that's a sizable amount to pay for a good portion of content that, look, like, we don't know the extent of how long each DLC pack is gonna be, but that is significant content that I think most people would want to get. So I could see people going to the store page saying, hey, the base game's $70, but then reading a little bit and being like, bro, I want all that content, and if I want all that content, that sticker shock, so to speak, which it shouldn't be shock at this point because Ubisoft has done this, but look at the state of Ubisoft right now. Now, Borderlands is a megaton IP comparatively to, although, you know, Star Wars is a megaton IP, and how did Star Wars Outlaws do? And it's not like this game is gonna do bad. We all know it's gonna do good, but remember, Randy Pitchford said that this game's budget ballooned in size, and they were given the opportunity to double the budget or whatever the exact verbiage is. You need this game to do really, really, really well. Just doing good, I would imagine, isn't good enough. But this is one of those games that I think over the years, you know, as it gets discounted, is gonna go on sale, and it's gonna get cheaper and cheaper. If I was the average Joe, especially looking at the gaming market these days of having so much competition in terms of high quality games at great prices, Game Pass being an option, which I know Game Pass is opening up a can of worms in its own right in terms of the long-term viability of that, but just, you know, assessing the value proposition of these games right now, with all the games going on sale, $50 games becoming more prominent, being of higher quality, and, you know, just game deals being plentiful, backlogs being crazy, I do think Borderlands 4 is going to do really well. Look, I think it's going to peak at a really high concurrent player count on Steam, don't get me wrong. I just don't know what the expectation is as far as what's a good number, what's a bad number for a game like this, because it's very easy for a Borderlands that has this built-in fan base, that has a that's a long-lasting IP to do really well, and I think it'll peak well into the six figures, you know, whether it be... it's hard to assess because Borderlands 3 was a delayed release on Steam and PC. On Steam, excuse me, it was on Epic Game Store, so we don't have a real good number to compare it off, but let's pull up Borderlands 3. It was a 6-month delayed release on Steam. I imagine it would be under 100,000, maybe over 100,000. Let's see where it peaked at. 93,000 concurrent players, and that's on a delayed release, you guys. I would say that's a really good number for a 6-month delayed release for Borderlands 3. I am curious where Borderlands 4 is going to land. You would think it would be well above a number like, let's pull up Space Marine 2. Like, Borderlands you would think is way bigger than Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2 peaked at 225k. I would say considerably higher than that, and then let's pull up a Dragon's Dogma 2, for example. These are games that I just knew did relatively well. Again, Dogma 2, 228k. Like, I would say considerably higher than those numbers, so 400,000? Like, I don't think that's that crazy. Am I crazy, guys? 400, 500,000? Like, that's what I would think for at least 350, 400, like that range I would say would be pretty good. But let me know what you guys think. Again, a lot of the times with the peak concurrent player count numbers, it's easier to assess it once you're closer to the release of the game and really seeing how the buzz is. But I think the perception being flipped to the game being $70, yeah, you can do that, but then you read these deluxe edition and the super deluxe, and you can say Borderlands in the past has had DLC content. I would also say Borderlands in the past has had more momentum than it does right now. I think the general opinion is that Borderlands 3 was a little lackluster, and then Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, yes, it was a spin-off title, but I think most people were not crazy about that game, and I forget exactly what was the turnaround time for Wonderlands on Steam, but let's pull up that. Wonderlands peaked at 15,000 concurrent players, you guys, and it came out in June of 2022, excuse me. I believe that is only a 3-month turnaround time for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and Let me get the exact window on that when that, because it was, yes, that's only 3 months after its Epic Games Store release, and nobody's kidding themselves. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands was nowhere near as big as a mainline Borderlands game, and never was gonna be, but that game peaking at 15,000 concurrent players is kind of insane, and the perception with the overwhelmingly negative reviews on all of the 2K games, I don't think is beneficial either. So take that for what you will. That's going to do it for me. Really interested to hear your guys' take on this, and it's going to be something I think is broken down for the next couple of months leading into this game's release. I think it's a couple of things. The price points and the additions, more than anything, the additions, and where Borderlands is at as an IP, and that's why I'm asking that question. How do you guys perceive Borderlands? Because I have my own perception of Borderlands, but I'm curious as far as a larger opinion, and ultimately, my audience is still a drop in the bucket to the overall Borderlands audience, but interested to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.